This is a follow-up of my last video, The Rise of Expertism, which kind of prevents you from trying new things and how daunting it can seem to try something new. When I was a kid, my mom signed us up for almost every single thing there was. I'm not sure if that was to get us out of her hair or whether that was to make us well-rounded individuals. And I'd like to think the latter. I would really like to think the latter. She signed us up, and you'll forgive me, because it's quite an extensive list. I had to write them down, and these are only the ones I can remember. But she signed us up for chess, skating lessons, swimming lessons, soccer lessons, Cub Scouts, computer camp, guitar lessons, tennis lessons, taekwondo, it's a type of martial art, like karate or something like that, French school. We took French, most of us took French from kindergarten to grade 13, French all the way through, even though we were English, canoe club, and my siblings, I'm not sure how I got out of it, but they had to take skiing and cadets. And they took air cadets, which is flying, obviously. One of them ended up with a glider pilot license, and the other, he's actually in the military now, and the other ended up, she's still with the cadets military band, and she plays flute. That's cool. My guitar lessons came to nothing. I learned nothing off that guy. I learned off of punk rock videos and the pause button. Anyway, so as a well-rounded individual, when you grow up, you kind of at a certain point you end up with a loss of what to do with yourself. And if you find yourself lost, you have to try things. And I don't know how to describe quite, like, how do you try things? Just, these are some of the things I've tried as an adult, just to see how they worked out. Okay, travel, obviously. I've traveled to 30 or 40 countries or something like that. That obviously broadens your horizons. It's going to make you a better individual somehow. I'm not sure how. I mean, I do know quite a few jerks who travel, but most of them are very, very cool. But these are some of the things I've done. To kill time, but to get a little experience in the world, and to kind of find yourself. So I got my motorcycle license. Found out that wasn't the hobby I wanted. It was going to be $5,000 more than I anticipated. It went from a $5,000 hobby to a $10,000 hobby when I found out that the motorcycles that fit me are a hell of a lot more expensive. Okay, here's some of the other ones. Zip lining, swamp boat, cave exploring, dune buggies, cenotes, which are kind of Mexican underground caves with a river. Usually there's a underground lake and you can go swimming in them. Surfing. Surfing, for me, it sucked. It's a lot of work. But God bless the surfers, because that is a lot of work. You know, you got to get out there, and by the time you're in there for 3 hours, your arms feel like noodles. It's just it was it's a heck of a hobby. Ghost tours. Do a ghost tour. Dancing. Oof, that ain't easy. When my wife and I went to a rockabilly festival the first time, and we had such a blast, we decided we were going to go back other years. We decided we weren't going to be embarrassed and learn how to swing dance properly. And trust me, that's a lot of work, but it's amazing once you get some of the moves down. Mine tours. God, I hate mine tours. I don't know what it is with mine tours and vineyard tours, but in a mine you feel a little bit trapped. I'm not sure if it's called agoraphobia or what, but just let me the hell out. It might be somebody else's bag, it's not mine. Horseback riding, hot air balloons, snorkeling, glacier hike. Why not? That's weird. Nobody does a glacier hike. Yeah, they do. They do it in Iceland. A country hike. So So I went through the Yorkshire Dales. I mentioned that in a previous video. So I went through the Yorkshire Dales, and I wanted like advice on how to do this hike. And everybody said, well, go across England. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go across England. I just want to go for like, you know, 4-hour jaunt and hit a pub, and go for another 4-hour jaunt and hit a pub. And they said, well, go across England. I didn't want to do that. So I actually just mapped out my own journey, and I did a hike, and it paid off. It was beautiful. It was great. Science fiction convention. You know, when I was older, I convinced a friend to go to a science fiction convention, and we had such a blast. We went back, and we went back, and we went back, and it proved to be a really, really good time. So, you know, there's still a couple I haven't really hit. I haven't hit rock climbing. I'd love to try rock climbing. I'd love to try scuba diving. I don't have a scuba license. I've never been for a lesson. I've never even tried it, and I hope to one of these days. But, you know, these little things, when I talked about not letting expertism get in your way, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Try the things, see where you land, because one of these things might be your gig. You know, I found that the science fiction convention was amazing. I went back year after year after year, and horseback riding, God, that panned out well. So don't be scared. Give it a try. You know, I don't know if your mom was as encouraging as mine. Our mom, oh God, she was a slave driver, but it worked out okay. It broadened my horizons, and it made me stick to trying things without any fear. And good luck to you. Give it a go. Don't be scared.